Well, reading is one of the most analog hobbies there is, but it's thriving online. BookTok is the book-loving corner of TikTok.
And it has turned quiet solo reading into a massive social experience. One of the creators helping fuel that conversation is Ancaster's very own Morgann Book. Yes, her real last name is Book, whose videos show how readers are using digital platforms not to replace offline hobbies, but to connect around them. And she joins us live this morning with more on this BookTok trend. Morgann, good morning to you. Thanks so much for coming in.
Of course. Thank you for having me.
So for people watching who don't exactly know what BookTok is, can you give us a quick synopsis of what this new growing category entails?
Yeah, it's one of the easiest and hardest questions to answer because there are so many layers to BookTok, but it's basically a huge online reading community for the romantasy readers to thriller to romance. There's basically everything there.
And how did you get into this? Because this wasn't the way you sort of started your online presence, but you found your way into sort of the BookTok niche. How did this evolve for you, and what have you found from it?
Yeah, so I originally started with Dairy Queen content. My family owns a store in Ancaster, and I was bored at work one day, and I was like, let me just film a video and see how it goes. And I did that for about a year. COVID hit. We were not doing anything else. I was 16 at the time, and BookTok blew up in 2021, 2022, and I was like, well, my last name is Book. I love to read. And it evolved from there over the years, and I'm here ever since.
Yeah, so you're a very impressive online creator when it comes to books now. That's your focus. You've switched from dairy to reading, which is great. So when you post these reviews online of these books, I know Indigo has its own section called BookTok of books that have really, gained the momentum online. How many books a week do you have to read to kind of keep up with the content you create?
I try to read 2 to 4 a week, or at least start 2 to 4. Like I will try to finish about 100 books a year. But a lot of those are like filtering through for the podcast, the book club. There's a whole lot of mediums that I'm reading for these days, but about 2 a week I try to finish.
So how do you see your role, Morgann, here? Do you see your role as introducing books that people may not have heard of to your audience, or is it reviews? Like, how do you describe what you actually do?
I think there's a lot of ways to do that. I mean, I do a book review if I really, really love the book. I will dedicate one video to that. If I will do like a January reading wrap up. Here are all the books that I read this month. I will come to the bookstore with me, like let's go find a book together. And I will also lean into the adaptations. Like, would you or should you read the book first, or should you just go to the adaptation? So a whole bunch.
It seems like it's a really healthy community of people just giving their reviews of books in these various genres. But when you look at BookTok as a category, and you mentioned romance, thriller, fantasy, is it mostly these genres of books? You probably won't find like a self-help book, or will you?
I mean, when you go to Indigo and you see these BookTok tables, it's oftentimes elevating the romance and the romantasy genres. That's kind of the bulk of BookTok, and that's what I'm on. But I know I think there's probably self-help BookTok. There's thrillers, which I have now into. I think elevating the romance genre is so important, and that's why booksellers and BookTok have kind of gravitated toward it lately.
The Rachel Reed series, Heated Rivalry, we've talked a lot about that here. That sort of, rocked the global television entertainment world, but it's also started as books. What's the book TALK like about the talk about those books on BookTok?
I mean, truthfully, I didn't know about the series before it blew up on BookTok. I had heard of Rachel Reed before, but I didn't read the book, and then I saw the marketing that Crave was doing on behalf of the series. I ended up reading it myself, and then I watched the show. I mean, the book talk of it is just that it's incredible how popular this show has gotten, how popular these actors have gotten. I mean, you look at the bestsellers list across bunch of countries. Rachel Reed. I've never seen anything like it personally, so it's crazy.
What very quickly, maybe you can agree with this or not, but it seems like BookTok is become another platform, kind of like YouTube or videos or self-publishing, that gives people and new authors a voice to kind of rise and come out of the traditional gatekeepers of literacy. Would you agree?
Yeah, 100%. I think it's an incredible space for debut authors. It's an incredible space for people who are putting out a new genre that they've never really written before. I think one video by one creator can change an author's life. I mean, we've seen it happen. It's just incredible.
Okay, you can find Morgann Book on BookTok and Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok, of course, not Twitter. No one does that. Morgann, thanks so much for the time this morning. Good to meet you.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks very much.
Morgann.